Well, the time has come. I think I finally built up the courage and the motivation to tackle the rear main seal on my 1998 Jeep TJ. Probably not going to be able to see that well, but if you look under here, there's obviously some drippings. Not all of them are new. That one right there is pretty new, and this leaks from over here somewhere, so the transfer case or the transmission has a leak. But today we're going to start to work on the rear main seal. Not sure how far I'm going to get today. It's a little later in the day, and I kind of planned on not doing it all today. Also, it depends how bad this goes. I watched a video and read a write-up on the how-to on how to do this, and it doesn't seem too bad. So I don't think it's going to be too ridiculous, but it's also, this thing's from 1998. I mean, this was probably done before, so hopefully everything comes out easily. So this engine, I have the 4-liter straight 6 engine in my Jeep. From my understanding, the rear main seal is just a common thing that goes, from one thing I saw was like every 40,000 miles. People have to replace them, or it's common. We're going with the Fel Pro. It has the engines on the back. It's the 4.2, the 4-liter, the 3.8, and the 3.3 liter. This is all good for, that's your rear main. Then this is the oil pan gasket right here. Also Fel Pro. I went with this because I saw, the video I saw, this had like these little pins that you put in the engine, and then it holds the oil pan gasket in place while you do all that stuff, so it looked pretty easy to deal with. So I went with this. Not sure how much I'm gonna get done today. Not sure how much I'm gonna film because there's some pretty in-depth videos already on how to do this, and I'm not sure if it's gonna be a pain in the ass for me to do this because everything I've done on this truck so far has been a little annoying, and I don't know if I really gonna try to film as much information as I can and whatnot, and the process of doing it, so you can see if you would like to do it yourself, I guess. Probably better, we'll see. I'm actually gonna move this truck out of there and put the Jeep in that spot. It'll be done in no time for you guys. And we're in. If you haven't been watching, go check out the past 2 videos. My son's here for the month of July and a little bit of August, and he's been interested in cars and been wanting me to teach him stuff on cars, so filmed 2 cool videos, and now it's gonna be the beginning, I guess, of the 3rd. I'm gonna get him out here, start helping me disassemble this. He's been playing some game like My Summer Car or something like that. It's very dark that way. He's been playing some game like My Summer Car or something, and it's like a simulator of car work. I guess that's been piquing his interest in this stuff, so I guess that's a good thing. It's pretty greasy under there and dirty, so we're just gonna start on bolts and stuff, and then we'll get back to it. I'll update you guys when we get some stuff done. This is hard work. Where are we? So, got the we got the oil pan to finally drop, but it looks like I'm gonna actually have to get that exhaust to unbolt. The one bolt is completely rusted to shit, so I might just, I'm gonna attempt the other one, but it looks like I'm gonna have to cut off the first one just to get it detached. We don't need this thing to be super loud. I was gonna say we could just muffler delete the whole thing, but we don't need it that loud. It's a Jeep, it's nothing special. The oil pan will not come out without the exhaust being detached, so gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I don't know if I could get the grinder in there or Sawzall, but gonna have to get that mitigated first. All right, so I'm gonna try to go in from the top with this array of extensions to the bolt that is, it's like in between those two. I don't know if you can see the end, but it's down there somewhere, and I'm gonna have my son grab it from the bottom side with another wrench. This last bolt is being a complete pain in the ass for the exhaust. We got one off, and Definitely got dirt in my eye. We got one off, and this one is turning a little, like an eighth of a turn at a time, and it's very rusted. And there's about that much thread left before it comes off. So I'm just gonna try to see if I could get the grinder in there to cut it off, but gotta maybe get the 1 or 2 bolts back in the oil pan to hold back up so all those shavings don't go in the oil pan. Here comes the non-fun part with the grinder. So you gotta throw some safety glasses on, try to get under there. I don't even know if it's gonna fit in that spot, but gonna give it a shot. I win, bolt is off, exhaust has some movement in it. Now we're gonna try to drop the oil pan once again. Wish us luck. All right, that took a lot more effort than we were expecting. The oil pickup tube was caught like on the lip of the drain. It was caught on like a lip or baffle or whatever on the oil pan, and that's what was stopping it from coming out. I don't know if you saw, I took one of the bolts out from the exhaust. I took one of the bolts out from the transmission that was holding in kind of like that dust cover, just so we could pull the oil pan down from that. Not sure if I'm going to take the exhaust completely off to put it all back, since it came out. So it should go back. We'll see when we get to that. That's a problem for future us, not current us. Might start cleaning some stuff up. I'm not sure how far we're going to do. Maybe I'll just get let's see how it goes. I'm going to continue going. I don't know where we left off, but we got the engine, the girdle thing off at the bottom, which is just maybe 10 bolts, maybe 12 bolts across the whole bottom. Those pop off. Now we're ready to take the little end cap off to get to the rear main seal. Looks like there's a storm rolling in. Alright, end cap is out. Would be easy. Next time I might just leave it for next time, like I'm gonna have the car that much longer. But next time I would probably let the car sit there with the oil pan off for longer, so you don't have the dripping down your arm as you're trying to take everything off. Especially because the end cap didn't want to come off as easy, so I had to like do a little bit of prying back and forth, but it's off. Rear main seal in here, that's the end cap side. The side on the engine, which is gonna be harder to show you guys. You gotta get a center punch or drift pin tool, something along the lines of that. Something like this or whatnot to tap it, because it's a half moon shape, so you're just going to tap up one side and it's going to start coming out the other side. Then you could grab it with some pliers, pull it out completely. So this was in here. You just got to really just pull it out, and then we're replacing it with the new one. So the new one, you can see it goes in a certain way, orientation. So this side's in. Before we put this in, we're going to get a little RTV and we're going to put it along this edge before we bolt it back up. But there's that. Going to get the other side out. So I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but where I'm pointing right here is where the rear main seal is on the engine side. So now we're going to use, I have a little drift pin guy, put it in a socket on an extension just so I have room to hit it. One done. Putting everything back for the brace, girdle, whatever you call it. Rear main cap gets torqued to 80 foot-pounds. These get torqued to 35. definitely putting my head right in this oil, which is great. That was torture. My torque wrench is about 12 feet long, so it was very hard to get into some of those places to get it to be able to torque it, and it's a little heavier, a little on the heavier side, so holding it over your head also is not fun. But we got that on. The main cap is on, girdle cap is on, those are torqued down, and that's it for today. Tomorrow, well, same video for you guys, but tomorrow I'm gonna start cleaning everything off. Hopefully the oil finishes dripping all over the place, because I'm a mess and a little humid today too. Hopefully the oil stops dripping so we could do everything else a little bit cleaner. Wish us luck. I'll be right back. And we are back. So this was YouTube magic for you guys, but this is actually not the next day, but 2 days later, because we actually got our house painted yesterday, and there was a lot of noise, and I couldn't open up the garage doors, and it's actually gonna be hot in the garage without the doors open. So we're a day later. I think what I'm gonna start off today with trying to do is actually remove that other piece of the exhaust, just to make it easier to get the oil pan back in, because it's a little annoying getting it out, and I don't want to destroy the new oil pan gasket when we go back in with it. So gonna take a few minutes and try to get this piece of the exhaust removed first. Wish me luck. Hopefully I don't have to grind any bolts off. So it was a pain in the ass just to get the O2 sensor disconnected. I can't get it out of the pipe because it's kind of rusted slash covered in mud in there. Can't get a wrench in that spot. And then the other end of it, on the back end, there's another O2 sensor, like after the cat, which I can't get the muffler section separated from the catalytic converter section. So I'm just gonna leave it for now. I'm just gonna try to work around it. We started to take the starter out, and then everything's covered in like mud and grease. So we're just gonna leave the starter in for now and try to work around it with the exhaust in place. Gonna put some RTV on this gasket, and then we're gonna throw the whatchamacallit back in here, I think. Then we're gonna try to get the oil pan back in. All right, I got the RTV on the gasket and a little bit on the oil pan. I'm gonna try to send this in. I don't know how this angle's gonna work, because I'm gonna try to keep you guys out of the way, so whatever. But wish us luck. That went in a lot easier than coming out, so just gonna get all these bolts in, and then I guess we're basically done. We just gotta, well, now we're gonna have to wait to run to the store to get some oil and an oil filter to refill it, but not bad. This is about a week later from the last clip you just saw. Going over the footage as I've been editing it, I realized that I never ended the video out, so this is the end. Overall, let me give a quick rundown with the rear main seal on this Jeep. Wasn't too bad, to be honest. It was about as annoying as I was assuming it was gonna be. A tip, if you're gonna do this yourself, if you're planning on doing this yourself, which you probably should, because you probably save a boatload of money by not paying a mechanic to do it, but just get the exhaust off, even maybe a couple days before, garage, driveway, wherever you got your truck parked, go and just start spraying the exhaust bolts with WD-40, just to clean them off, just to hopefully get rid of any of the rust to get them off, because I had to grind the bolt off, and then the second section of it, which was right after the cat, I couldn't separate that piece. It kind of a slip over connection, and got to break that loose too. But other than that, if you could get that off, it would be 10 times simpler than this. The most we struggled was getting the oil pan off and putting the oil pan back on, to be honest. And just take note and make sure you know where all your bolts are for the oil pan, because there's a lot that come off. There's 4, I think, that are 1/2 inch, and the rest are 7/16, I believe. If you made it this far, thank you, and comment down below, Jeep TJ. Hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out.